We're going to spend our final evening in town on the boat ride at the Bateau Mouche. And as we get there, we stop at a poignant memorial to Princess Diana. This is the tunnel that she lost her life in. And just at the entrance to the tunnel has sprung up this impromptu memorial to Diana. It's the site of the torch from the Statue of Liberty, which has been here for a long time. And this has become the informal memorial to Princess Di. Flowers and notes and all sorts of memorabilia are dropped off daily. This is also where you get on the Bateau Mouche. It's by Pont Alma. And this is one of the best bargains in town. It's about $10 for this wonderful boat ride. It's a 1-hour ride, and it's nicest to go at twilight, as we're doing here, for you can see the sights quite nicely, such as the Pont Alexandre III and the twilight. And then the second half of the boat ride, it gets a little darker, and the spotlights come on and light up all of the buildings. This is where the French Assembly meets, their main parliament. It's a bicameral system. They have the Senate, which meets over in the Luxembourg Palace that we saw earlier. Some of the finest and most expensive apartments in town are located here along the Seine, as well as several of the major museums. The Orsay has the Impressionist collection, and the Louvre. We took you into the Louvre in a previous episode of World Traveler. Hope you were tuned in for that show. This boat ride is really something. You go past the conciergerie, formerly a palace, then a prison, then the courthouse, and now partly a museum. And coming back along past the same monuments at night with the spotlights on them. Each boat has its own set of spotlights that light up the monuments. And the most spectacular climax you see right here. The golden Eiffel Tower in its grandeur, all lit up at twilight. Well, this is a perfect way to end our trip to Paris. Next morning, it's time to leave. We're heading up to London for the final destination of our tour. So stay tuned. In the future, we'll be showing you London. But first, we're going to leave Paris. We go by the Eurostar, the beautiful, fast new train that goes under the English Channel. And as we travel along, it's a nice time to reminisce back on our tour and what we thought of Paris.
Paris is an exciting town, both the old and the new. It was great to see both sides. And living where we were, once you knew your way around on the metro, you could really get from point A to point B. So it was great. Even visiting the castle, that was a lot of miles covered in that castle.
In Versailles.
The Louvre. Yes, the Louvre. Yes. So that was really different. But it was really great town to be in. Yeah.
It was wonderful. If we didn't go with you, Dennis, we would never have seen, the many things we saw. The Louvre was just exceptional. I mean, the afternoon just went. We walked, but we saw a lot. And of course, riding the metro, we never ride the bus at home, so this was really neat. And then, of course, the shopping was great.
Having 3 nights and 2 days there allowed us to see most of Paris, which I'm sure we would have gotten if we had gone on a bus tour. But the walking is great. You get to go and know the city, and you get to see all the places that you want to see.
What did you think of Paris?
I thought it was very pretty. It's a different flavor than all the other cities. I think the highlight of the tour really was the boat ride at night. Seeing the Eiffel Tower at night was just very, very pretty. And the museums, the Louvre was very, very impressive with all its largeness, and Versailles also. But I think the thing that I enjoyed the most was really the boat ride at night, last night.
Les buffets fermeront dans 5 minutes. Les passagers souhaitant se rendre dans la voiture par buffet sont invités à le faire dès maintenant.
The 5-letter word we learned in Paris was metro. and loved taking to go from point A to point B. We got quickly to where we were, and when we finally got to our museums and our walking tour, we certainly learned a lot more about Paris than I did on my other trip, but I'm so happy to be here.
I'm glad we had a good guide at the Louvre. Otherwise, I'd probably get lost in that matrix. Yeah, enjoyed the metro. Take that Seine boat ride at night. It's a highlight, I think, to end the trip. Seeing the Eiffel Tower lit up at night. Beautiful sight. Beautiful. I was impressed by the spontaneous concert we had at the church. And yeah, poking around in back streets, just wonderful local color. Just wonderful meals around, and oh gosh, so interesting a city.
I just think the ride into Paris from Switzerland was just beautiful. The countryside and the train. The same thing from Paris to London. Paris had one of the best Chinese restaurant we went to with Chinese food, just plugging the Asian side of the cuisine, and the best ice cream. Yes, the best ice cream that I've tasted, and the best flavors, prune and rum raisin. Yeah.
Tricks. Yeah, enjoyed the metro. Take that Seine boat ride at night. It's a highlight, I think, to end the trip. Seeing the Eiffel Tower lit up at night. Beautiful sight. Beautiful. I was impressed by the spontaneous concert we had at the church. And yeah, poking around in back streets, just wonderful local color. Just wonderful meals around, and oh gosh, so interesting a city.
I just think the ride into Paris from Switzerland was just beautiful. The countryside and the train. The same thing from Paris to London. Paris had one of the best Chinese restaurant we went to with Chinese food, just plugging the Asian side of the cuisine, and the best ice cream. Yes, the best ice cream that I've tasted, and the best flavors, prune and rum raisin. Yeah.
The metro was quite exciting, going up and down the stairs and catching the different trains, and going to the Louvre was one of the highlights of my trip, especially when I went back at night and saw what a huge building it was, and also seeing the Notre Dame. I mean, I've been here before and have never seen it, and I thought it was really enormous. This train is, well, it started off very nice. I mean, we got comfortable in our own reserved seats and was well served with breakfast. In fact, it was a super breakfast. I thought when she came by with the Continental, it was the end of it. When she came back with the second tray, I said, there's more food.
TGV, I always heard about, and now we rode on it. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we saw Versailles Palace, which was, Louis knew how to live there.
Looking forward to London.
Okay, can't talk this train ride.
Paris is really lovely. I was here a few years ago and I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as I did this time. Just amazing to see the city rich with so much history, and then modern progress with the buildings and the people, and so it was a great time. I enjoyed everything about it.
Paris was great. It was good to see the Louvre and Notre Dame, but I really enjoyed the Eiffel Tower at night. Just the beauty of the lighting was marvelous.